Put This On? Season 3, episode 41, where we watched Shot of Love with Tila, Tequila. And I'm Chris Lorenz. That was a terrible intro.
Annabeth Tequila.
I'm Emmy.
This is James.
I'm Harrison Hoffman.
Hey, girl, hey.
Hey.
Oh, my God.
No, just stop it. Just stop it right now.
What?
Terrible.
Is this
Coming in
where
hot.
is this the show where that came from, or was this big before the show?
There's no way that phrase came from some random girl that got kicked off on the first episode of A Shot at Love with Tila Tequila.
This is a cultural touchstone. I don't know.
Seems like it.
That phrase kind of sums the show up, though. That's basically the show.
Yeah.
That's what this is. It doesn't age well.
I would disagree.
Harrison, got the description for me?
So I don't think that the official description is still available, but I'm going to do the Amazon description, at least part of it. 16 straight guys and 16 lesbians vie for the heart of cyber hottie Tila Tequila. But it all starts off as a secret. When the two groups learn about one another's presence, a full-on battle of the sexes is launched. The prize up for grabs is Miss Tila Tequila, the hottest things to hit the internet since Google. With more than 2 million friends online, she's the most popular girl in the history of MySpace.
Oh, man. Covered it.
Having spent the last 4 years focused solely on building her music/modeling/MySpace career, Tila is finally ready to get serious about finding someone to get serious with. The only catch, she isn't sure if she wants a relationship with a man or a woman.
So much there.
There you go. There's
So
a lot of
much.
things.
They really
Hottest
broke
thing
it
since
down.
Google.
So this is like, this show couldn't exist if Tinder was a thing in the day, right?
What do you mean?
I don't know.
Why
like,
not?
I feel like
These shows still exist.
I guess
Have you
that's true.
seen BIP?
No.
And like The Bachelor?
I hate all these shows, Chris.
I know, but all these shows exist.
It's true.
You could just do this today, but like take an Instagram famous like influencer, do the same thing.
Yeah.
Which
definitely.
of the like 10 million do you choose?
The hottest.
Exactly.
2 million friends.
2 million.
So this is one of the original reality show stars. She was in a reality show before this one.
What was she in before this?
I want everyone to take a guess.
So is this where she's famous from, or is she just famous from being on MySpace?
So she is not famous for this reality show.
Okay, but she was on it.
She was on it.
Was she on the Celebrity Mole?
All right. Guess this. No one's going to guess this. I'm just going to say what it is.
Celebrity Apprentice.
It is not
Survivor.
Celebrity Apprentice. It is Surviving Nugent.
Oh, nobody.
Surviving what?
Ted Nugent. Nugent?
Ted Nugent.
Nugent. I don't know.
Yeah.
Ted
Nugent.
Nougat.
Ted Nugent.
Nugent.
The Nugent
Nugent?
center of Ted.
Nougat.
The Nougats, okay. Apparently it's a similar show where he was like where participants perform compromising tasks and stunts for rock star Ted Nugent.
Nugent. Was he trying to date people on the show, or
I don't
was
think so.
Or judge
Sounds like
them.
banging.
he just being an asshole? Or?
I have no idea. That's
Some kind of
that's the
competition
that's the
reality
blurb
show.
I got.
The
Wow.
smallest talent show.
Not every
Compromising
reality
act sounds
competition
bad.
show is a dating show, Harrison.
I understand that.
I know
but
we're in love month
I'm just saying.
and all, but not every show's got to be about love.
It's got to be about famous people looking for love.
Yeah. Yeah.
How did
and
she compromise herself?
there's no Wikipedia article on that show, so I can't tell you.
So did you see the first like 30 seconds of the show?
Incredible.
Add it to the queue. Yeah, and then she's becomes the first like social media celebrity.
Yeah.
She was like tries to be a singer, which I can't imagine how that got her to be. She was like modeling a bit, and that's how she got her MySpace career off.
Yeah.
She's
Man.
a pioneer.
A pioneer. Social media influencer.
A woman before her time.
Is she still influencing?
So her career ends when she was on Celebrity Big Brother and made a bunch of anti-Semitic statements and got kicked off.
That's tough.
Ouch.
And probably that's when she got kicked off Twitter as well. And
banned from Twitter.
So yeah, I mean, she's not doing great.
What's the timeline on this?
So
Man.
May 2015, she posted new music. She was on the Channel 5 Celebrity Big Brother. So she
That
was on
sounds
the,
like a British.
so the British
situation.
version of Celebrity Big Brother.
Is she British?
2013.
Nah.
She's definitely not British.
She posted the things in 2013, but it says in that was the music. I don't know. We're gonna move on.
But she's still dropping hot beats
She's still trying to. She's still trying to do
With
the
no
music
Twitter
thing.
account.
with no presence.
All right. So
Man,
this.
can you imagine taking this social media account away from like the OG social media influencer? That's gotta be heartbreaking.
But if they deserve it,
I mean,
There's other.
The worst punishment imaginable.
that's true.
uh-huh.
There's other account. There's other
There's
places.
other
you can go.
services.
Says she has a Facebook page still where she posts lots of religious stuff.
Oh, okay.
She's very
Mm.
conservative and religious now.
Wow.
Of course she is.
How did she get from this show to that situation, you
all right.
think?
Let's talk about this show now.
Back
Harrison
it up.
really wants to break apart the Tila Tequila history here.
But who is she?
Let's dig in.
We'll get into the minutia
Oh, okay.
in a bit. Okay.
Okay.
In the minutia segment, Harrison, come on.
All right. ABC. Can you tell me what this show is? Like, what is the format of this show?
All right, Chris. So, first, 16 men appear in a big house.
Which house? Minutia. We'll
a
get
house
to the
I don't know about, but you know about.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we'll talk about it later. How deep do you want me to go with this?
You want to
just a
do
quick-
a brief overview and just go
Yeah. Okay, we'll do a brief overview. 16 hunks appear
Debatable.
to date Tila Tequila. She gives them all a big key to wear around their necks at every moment. Then one by one, each presents her with a gift. They're weird. She then decides to eliminate 5 of them off the bat. Flash forward, next day, same thing, all lesbians. 16 lesbians, big keys. Instead of gifts, they get to wear sexy outfits. Where they do, I think, get to take off the keys for a moment for the sexy outfits,
Seemed
which is
like it.
good. And then Tila eliminates 5 of them. Next day, flash forward, pool party. All the men are there. All the women show up. And Tila reveals the greatest secret that no one could have suspected. I am a bisexual.
Boom.
And a man goes, "Ah!"
And the women look stunned.
The women are so sad.
Not happy.
Very angry.
So, as we alluded to, the first thing I see in the show is this house. And it's the same goddamn house as Rock of Love from the episode we watched a couple weeks
Rock of Love, a VH1 show.
Yeah.
Also a Viacom channel, so they're probably just like, we got this house, we know about this
I'm
house.
sure this house is in multiple shows.
It must be.
It's so odd because this is the same goddamn show. It's with a different fucking person they're vying for, and it's just so odd for it to be all in the same shots.
Which one of these shows came first? Was it
Rock of Love?
Rock of
for
Love was
sure.
definitely first? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So do you think like a Viacom or like one of these conglomerates just like own a bunch of properties like around the world in case they like somebody needs to do a show that it's like, I don't know, we need a location in Chile for some reason. Oh, don't worry, I got
the
I got a
house.
lock site
Got
down
it
there.
locked
Don't
in.
worry.
Like,
What's going on with that?
Airbnb.
Yeah.
I bet that it's more of like, I think that a lot of how some of these locations get sourced is just like the people who are the producers or like the location scouts just like know people or have friends that have these properties. So it's like somebody who produced both of these shows, their buddy just owns
Yeah.
this like
It's
thing.
like, yo, my buddy,
and then
my
like,
buddy Joe's got this sweet
Right.
house down the road.
and then they kick Joe a cool $20,000 to use this house for a couple days or whatever, and then it's
And that story is Joe a pimp? He's pimping out his house, right?
he's a house pimp. Yeah.
House pimp. Okay.
That is how The Bachelor works, though.
House pimp?
Yeah.
It's somebody's house.
Yeah, that's
A
nuts.
families.
Which is weird.
Does the family live there and on the show?
No.
Okay.
They rent it out to them when they're doing
Like
their
it's
show.
one family, the same family.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
So like half the year they can't live there, and
So it's the same
network
house.
pays for them to like stay in a hotel, and they repaint the whole house and like rearrange everything, and then at the end they put it all the way it was before, and the family comes back.
The repainting part I thought was bonkers.
That's crazy.
So
Yeah.
every year the house looks different, but you can tell it's the same house.
Well, no, every year they make the house look the same for the show,
Oh.
but when the family's there,
I thought every
the family
year-
has like different colors
because
that they
the family
want.
doesn't just want to live in Bachelor Mansion.
Right, but
Why not?
they do.
They should sell tours, dude. That's
Why
nuts.
would why would they not just leave
They
it in
have to be
Bachelor
selling
Mansion?
tours.
What are they
Can you
doing?
imagine just watching The Bachelor if you lived in that house and just seeing what has happened?
So
I
gross.
would be
All right, guys. All right, let's
Minutia of
roll-
a different
let's-
show.
No more house talk.
let's roll- Cam, you just got me talking about this show. So much to unpack. Okay,
There's a lot here.
so all these guys show up at this house, the same house, and they are given the key to Tila Tequila's heart.
Like,
For no real reason.
It's huge.
Yeah, it's right.
I want to know what kind of direction these guys were given, like coming out of the limo or whatever they got there, because they all hopped out of this SUV or limo and they're all hyped up. One dude starts scaling the side of the house to try and get to Tila, who's like sitting on this balcony. Like these dudes are all just roided up, like ready to go.
Oh, they
You had to do a
definitely
line
are.
of Coke first.
Could be.
Yeah, and then there's like one guy also says that he likes Asian food
Yeah.
or something like ridiculous.
He loves Chinese food.
That's what it
Is
was.
that what
That's
it was?
totally what it was.
Asian girl, but he loves Chinese food. No good.
My God.
So
Oh, we should also set the tone. This show aired in like 2007.
It's
So there's a lot of questionable statements and clothing choices and hairstyles.
the clothing
just to
choices
set
for
the
sure.
tone.
yeah.
It's
Oh, yeah.
it's 2007 on MTV, and it arguably only holds up so well.
it's a pre woke culture.
we got some
We got some crazy one-liners.
we got some nice deep V's going on in the outfits.
all the outfits.
We
Were
got
wild.
We got some weird belts happening for sure.
Oh yeah.
I feel like all the guys just look like a bunch of tools,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They should all be
Okay.
on Tool Academy.
right?
They should
Oh,
bring Tool
yeah.
Academy back.
Yeah, 100%.
Also, the way everybody talks is really different.
They all sound
Everyb-
very dumb.
They have a weird sort of dumb accent.
Yeah.
But all of them have it.
None of them can make a lot of sense when they say words. They just sort of say things, and it doesn't really result in it meaning much.
Wait, what was the guy with the actual accent? What was that accent? Where was he
Italian?
from?
The Italian guy?
Oh, Italian.
Was he actually Italian, or was that just a bit?
Felt
Who
like he
knows?
was faking it.
You
Right.
think he's faking it?
Yeah.
He's from Milan. They brought him in just for the show.
Let's talk about this guy for 1 second.
Which guy? I don't even know what
No,
guy you're
his-
talking about.
the guy-
Dumb or dumb
The guy
Yeah.
that brought out this plate of spaghetti and meatballs to
Oh,
our
okay.
little Italian guy.
The lady
Well,
in
he's
transit.
the guy who like
Oh yeah.
his first scene was when he was asking those other guys if he's like so is someone gonna have sex in this house here with her and then that other guy was like I don't know if your moves are that good.
and then it cuts away to some kind of testimonial with him. He's like, I'll tell you how it goes. It's 80% accent, 20% me cooking for the girl. They're going to bed every time or something like that. You're like, oh my God.
No. It was 50% the food cooking, 20% the accent, which results in 200% chance he's getting laid.
Yeah,
that was it.
James has it.
That's
And
definitely it.
I still don't know how that math resulted there.
200%.
I didn't get it.
I-
But
That guy
there you
had
go.
no game.
I don't remember this at all.
You don't remember this?
Man.
You
I
remember
guess-
the spaghetti and meatballs
yeah.
scene?
So let's swing that into the first thing that happens with the guys is they get one-on-one time with Tila, and they give some sort of gift and have some sort of cheesy opening line, and they're all not all of them. Some of them are better than others, but some of them are really
It's
good.
very tough.
There are some really
it is
weird,
very tough.
really weird gifts in there.
The gifts range from like a pillow with your face printed on it.
I
Which is
have
weird.
I have
That
a lot
says
of them
good
written
morning.
down. You want me to go through some of them?
Yes.
Let's get
Yes.
a couple.
Yes. So one was like a little frog.
I didn't really. So was that frog alive or was it like a little
I
like
think it
a
was just
statue,
like
like a tiny statue?
I thought it was one of those cheap like McDonald's toy things where it's like a frog jumper thing that you pop it. The pop
Oh, I thought it was
jumpers.
a little statue.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Oh.
It was
I didn't
Some kind of
understand
frog.
the significance of the frog.
We didn't really get a whole lot of time.
to get a prince.
Oh.
Oh, they spent like literally like 5 seconds on that one, but I thought it was really funny.
Yeah, she's like, he gave me a frog. He's out. We're like, all right. I'm like,
She hates frogs.
I think one of the best ones was detergent.
oh,
Yes,
The
yes.
bottle
God.
like
So,
hide?
so,
Oh, you gotta say the line though.
yeah, I brought you some detergent so you can wash on my washboard ass.
And then he just pulls his shirt up. He has insane abs. You're like,
Just
Insane.
so
He definitely
good.
oiled up before that scene too.
Oh,
you have to.
100%.
If you know you're gonna be popping that shirt off on camera, you gotta oil up.
Does anyone remember what the virgin guy brought as a
A
gift?
white rose
Okay.
That's right. Yeah.
because it
He's
was
pure.
pure, like him.
Pure.
She wasn't into it.
She did not
Yeah.
believe him.
there's a lot of like kind of jewelry ish things.
Just
Oh,
a couple
yeah.
earrings.
She got like the $30 pendant and earring set, and then also like earrings from Tiffany's. It looks like.
Yeah.
They were at least in a Tiffany's box.
Yeah.
I'll-
Yeah.
That's a good move.
Then
At least
she had
use the
a-
box.
gotta get the
Yeah.
Tiffany's box.
Those are definitely some blood diamonds, but Tiffany's box.
Oh no.
She said after that, this bitch can't be bought. I roll. And she looked pretty happy about the Tiffany box.
No, but then she was like,
Well, then
But
she said,
maybe.
Yeah.
but maybe.
somebody got massage oil.
Oh,
This was this was not a big.
start off in the right direction, I think, with this,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
maybe push it a little
Definitely.
bit too far.
Yeah, I mean, let's transition that one in a second.
We're
No,
not
we
gonna
gotta talk
We
about
gotta
it.
talk about this
Oh,
massage
okay.
oil guy.
Top of mind.
Okay, we can talk about it. You know, he made some sort of move.
He was
Some sort of
well. I mean, he was like, so he kind of starts like, "Hey, I got you some massage oil." She's like, "Oh, that's kind of cool." And then he kind of gets him out, starts to give her a little massage. Seems like she's kind of getting in. She's like kind of liking it. And then he basically makes this move where he tries to like slip one of the straps of her top off, and like her boob kind of pops out of the shirt, and it's like a total. And she's like, "What?" And then it was that guy was kicked off the show like 10 minutes later.
Yeah, that's
Spoiler
why I was
alert,
gonna
spoiler
wait
alert.
to transition into that, but I fucked it up. So that's my
Also
Yeah,
in
right.
front of all the other guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a great move.
Not
was tough.
classy.
yeah.
No.
You know, in contrast with, I'm gonna bring up Rock of Love for a second. No one here watched it, but like literally within the first like 4 minutes of that show, he was making out with like 2-3 people. So like this is like complete contrast. Where like this, like if you could make a move further in that show, like you were like grabbing his dick, like you're probably on that show for even longer. Like the sooner you did it. So it's like a big contrast in tones between the two shows here. Like Tequila is actually trying to like kind of get to know these people and not just like, I'm just trying to bang all the people
I feel
here.
like it's different with women and men. Like her reaction with the men was much different than her reaction with
It's-
the women.
I agree
It's
with
true.
that.
But she did kiss like at least 2 men.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
she was like kissing the men. I think she was just annoyed when the men like pushed too hard.
Well, that's what I'm like. They were like kissing. Like there wasn't all like these are full on makeouts in Rock of like I'm in no small manner.
Dude's a rock star. He's
Yeah.
used to these girls like throwing themselves at him. I guess like
Yeah. I mean, I'm just
yeah.
one of my big problems with that show was that aspect of that. So like
Yeah.
I'm just trying to contrast the two here because they're very similar shows. And then Emmy brought up the pillowcase.
Wow.
It had like really shitty like camera shot of this dude in like it was in the third center of this pillowcase. It looked terrible, and there were like 2 different sides, and I didn't catch what she said.
Is one for like good morning and one for good night.
One says "Good morning, beautiful," and the other side says "Good night, sexy." But weirdly, it's the same photograph of him in like
Yes.
a green T-shirt outside. It's like such a bad picture.
It's not like a sexy like boudoir shot.
You should be like blowing a kiss and like wearing a tux or like holding a rose. It's
It
like
was
a
really-
yearbook photo.
It was
so
a yearbook
weird.
photo. That's exactly what I was just like. It's such a shitty photo. And then it was just like it's like terrible tech to put it on the pillowcase. It looked awful.
It looked like
It
one
was
of those
so
cheap
bad.
do-it-yourself like iron-on images to a T-shirt.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
he just done himself on his pillow,
Oh, yeah.
which did not look great.
It was
It was bad.
terrible.
And
It
they-
did not look like a thing that you'd want to put your face on to go to sleep.
No.
Like you're definitely getting some kind of
That ink's coming off in your
Something.
face.
you're getting a rash or something from that
His
thing.
face on your face.
Oh.
Then you have to date him.
Then he immediately revealed that he is sleeping on his mom's couch, and she's like, "Oh, okay."
Like, so I'm gonna talk to
Next.
some other guys.
Next.
Oddly enough, he's still on the show.
He's in, yeah.
So as we'll talk about, I have written down the people that got kicked off. The teabag guy.
Oh yeah.
yes.
We
So
got it.
bad.
We didn't talk about his
yeah,
present.
yeah. We didn't talk
That
about
worst-
a lot of
The
these.
worst
It's a
possible
teabag.
present.
He's like, I'm from Boston, so I got a tea bag ya. And he puts a tea bag in a glass of hot water.
Yeah, it was
Very
I would have
terrible.
even waited till elimination.
That was weird.
You gotta get.
Give me that
Do you
tea.
just pocket?
Would you have tried the tea though?
Oh,
No.
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 Man,
Do you think he's
I mean,
just
it's
really-
a bad joke, but
a
maybe
bad
it was
joke.
really good tea.
No.
No.
He just pulled the tea bag out of his pocket, like unwrapped. Like,
I
Yeah,
assume-
wasn't it a
I assume he pulled
wrapper?
it out of his pants or something. Just
So I was assuming these people were given $30 to buy these gifts. Do you,
That one guy spent 60.
do you think he just
And he told us.
do you think he just pocketed the extra like $28? Like he just like
So
or
you
the
think that-
whole
You're telling
$30
me
and just
these
like
people on the show got a $30 like allowance to go
Yeah.
shop.
they
I think
talked
it was-
about
No
it.
way.
No.
You're saying this is like a white elephant situation
Yeah.
where it's like you can spend up to $30.
That's what I thought. I got that like
How those
No
guys
way
get
they
those,
gave him money.
those diamond Tiffany's earrings?
they weren't. They were just the Tiffany box.
Oh, yeah.
They're
for
from
sure.
Claire's.
Oh.
He stole the box, and his jewelry is definitely fake.
All right. The next guy that got kicked off was the drummer dude. Like I didn't even know there was a drummer on the fucking show.
But
What
he
do you
missed
mean?
his
He had that
line.
line.
His line.
Yeah,
Best
I don't remember. I must have missed a
The line
segment
was
here.
So good.
What
The
was
only
one?
two times I sweat when I'm playing drums and when I'm having sex.
Here's some
Wow.
drumsticks.
So here are my drumsticks.
So weird.
Uh,
Didn't she call him Pink Jacket also?
yes.
Well,
Yeah.
he wore the crazy hot
know.
pink jacket.
Oh yeah, he had the most like emo hair.
Yeah.
Definitely.
He was gone.
And then the juggler was the next person.
The guy that went to clown school.
I missed like a minute of the show. What happened? I don't remember a juggler either.
It was the guy with the insane belt and half tucked in shirt situation.
He did the circles around her while she sat on the couch doing different like circus skills.
I mean, I saw the clip when he got kicked off.
It looks like it took a long time. It looked like he was running around that couch many times.
He's quick. He's quick.
He's quick. He's wily.
He's quick. And then there was like the heart pendant thing or something. Like somebody that I didn't really catch what his gift was got kicked off.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah,
But it could be.
Doesn't matter,
fucking
he's
nobody. Actually, I wrote down nobody, and then the massage oil guy. Just lost for a second.
Was it the guy who made the T-shirt that said "I heart Rob"?
No,
He was
I
like,
did not write that one
"'Cause
down.
I'm Rob."
So have we discussed? Well, there's some other folks that we've not discussed yet.
Yeah, I'm
Couple
just
that we gotta
talking
get to.
about the ones that I wrote down because they were going really quick, and I was trying to get their lines, so I missed.
What gift did the guy with the insane laugh give?
Marcus?
Hyena laugh.
With the hyena
Yeah.
laugh.
Oh, what did Marcus give her?
I don't remember. I wrote dolphin noise /
Definitely.
like I heard a dolphin noise, and like I was just like, why is he making a dolphin noise? Thought he was just like fucking around, and then like later they're like, oh, that's his laugh, and I'm like, that's fucking nuts.
I can't even do an impression of it. It's
Yeah,
so
there's no
insane.
way. The's no. It's just like fucking listen to a dolphin noise, and that's how he
I
fucking.
was
laughs.
gonna
James,
try
do
to
it.
give it a go.
James,
but I
do
couldn't.
it. James
it's
has
really
it.
high pitch. It's like, ha ha, something like that. Like it was out of control.
He's something like insane.
But like that was just his normal laugh. Like
Yeah.
not even trying to do that. I don't know.
Was he
like-
the like some sort of earring guy? I think he might have been earrings.
Earring guy?
I
The
assume
dolphin
earring
noise.
guy
The
was-
dolphin noise guy might have given earrings.
Oh, is he the earrings guy? Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
There was
No.
so
But Dolphin Noise gets into it with another guy.
yeah. I was just gonna say that I called it the step aside fight.
Yo, Chris, step aside.
So we haven't talked about the instigator of this fight yet.
Yeah, so there's some sort of military guy like.
He's a
Crocodile
elementary school
Dundee.
teacher.
Elementary school
School
teacher
teacher.
who was dressed like Crocodile Dundee.
Back of his like vest thing, say something about the rebels.
It's definitely like some kind of biker gang vest. It seemed like, yeah.
There's
And-
definitely no sleeves.
No. Why would there be?
And the other guy, what was his gift? Or what was his
We-
thing?
We still don't know. I don't know.
It doesn't matter what
Not
their
the
gifts
school
were.
teacher, the
Crocodile
other
Dundee?
guy.
The other
I-
guy
who
was
does-
The guy with the
circus
insane
guy.
laugh?
The insane laugh guy.
Oh, was that the dude?
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
same-
Oh, that was the same guy. Yeah.
Oh, I did not realize that was the same guy.
Definitely.
He was talking like shit on the people in the house, quote unquote, and the military guy.
Crocodile Dundee.
I
Crocodile
don't know why
Dundee.
he's not a military guy at all. He's an elementary school teacher.
Basically the same.
Basically the same thing, guys. Don't worry about it. Crocodile Dundee overhears this and then tells everyone in the house and starts a beef with the guy.
To be
Dolphin
clear,
noise.
Crocodile Dundee starts talking shit about this guy behind his back to other people.
And then he just starts yelling, "Everyone in the house is angry at you. Everyone is angry at you."
He's like,
And-
no, who? Everyone. And then
No explanation.
Dolphin Noise was like, hey, step aside.
He's like, "Step aside. I'm gonna go
Step
talk to these people and see what's." He's like, "Step aside, man."
and then
Like, you gotta go
Crocodile
through me.
Crocodile Dundee just starts running circles around Dolphin Noise, stepping aside. I'm stepping aside. I'm stepping aside.
Who says I never step
Step
aside?
never
I'm not moving. I don't step aside. I've never stepped aside. Never stepped aside before.
And- And then they let this go on for like a long time. There's so many shots of this.
Is that guy still a elementary school teacher?
Can't-
Maybe.
I hope
Who
not.
knows?
Man, that'd
To
be
this
scary.
day.
Doesn't seem like he really has the temperament to be an elementary school
Probably
teacher.
a different elementary school than he was at before. if,
That's
if he still
equally
is.
scary. He should not be around kids.
No, he should not.
It's crazy.
And then eventually Tila Tequila comes out and is like, this wouldn't happen if this were women.
Uh-oh.
Foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing the women. Yeah. I don't think, what else do I have? I don't think I have anything else really written down for the guys.
Some people got tossed out.
Well, there was we
Couple
briefly
makeouts.
discussed the Lady and the Tramp thing, but like, that was really weird.
He
It's just like,
that was
That's face and reaction.
that was a premeditated Lady and the Tramp that guy pulled.
Obviously, why else did he make spaghetti
He brought in the
meatballs?
spaghetti and then he like extracted one noodle from the plate and is like, "We're gonna do this," and then put that in her mouth.
Didn't he also talk about his Italian sausage?
Yeah.
Well, he
he's
said
like,
he was
is-
going to be
Oh.
the Italian.
He's
sausage.
like,
Yeah.
usually I cook Italian sausage in this, but I'm the Italian sausage tonight.
oh yeah. After the Lady and the Tramp, he said that while they did that, he had World War III in his pants.
oh
He definitely said that.
yeah.
He's just like,
He's
what?
like,
What does that mean?
there were some vibrations happening in my pants. It was like World War III in there. What?
I don't know what that means.
Oh god.
That seems bad.
That does seem bad.
I just want to know how old that spaghetti is. Did he make that like the day before?
When they when
Was
he
it
showed
warm?
up, did they have to keep it in the oven for him? Like what are the logistics around this
Those
spaghetti?
meatballs did not look fresh.
Also,
No,
guys,
and I liked her first comment was, "Those are some big meatballs." They were very big.
I'm surprised he didn't jump on the big meatballs comment.
Yeah. Well,
really-
he already had his other one lined up.
Yeah, he
So-
was
What was his other
he,
line?
he was thinking about the run.
The
he missed
hot
the catch.
sausage.
sausage
That
line,
he's
yeah.
the hot Italian sausage.
Also, it takes all of 5 minutes to make pasta like that. Like,
No.
I'm not saying those meatballs
Yeah,
from
but, like,
scratch,
he didn't
but
make it at that
he could have had
house.
some frozen meatballs.
It's also-
warmed them
let's
up,
be-
But
maybe
like,
boiled some
did
noodles.
the question is, did he cook it at the Rock of Love house, or was
Sure.
it brought with him?
This is
and
definitely a
maintained?
producer thing. Like he had nothing to do with this. I don't.
You're like, oh, you're the Italian guy. Here's
but, like,
some spaghetti meatballs.
Is-
But
The
like,
meatball.
if you're an Italian guy, and part of your case for why you should be with Tila is because you're an amazing Italian cook, basically, you can't stake your reputation on either this producer cooked plate or
I think he
who
cooked
knows
it.
where it's
It
coming
doesn't-
from.
I
It
think
doesn't
his
matter.
job title was server as well.
Okay.
So like maybe he's got it from the restaurant.
Some
That could be.
Is that?
Yeah,
No, he said he does. 50% of the math
No.
is him cooking.
But how do you know that's what he cooks,
50%.
though? Maybe he'll cook her for later.
Who knows? I don't know. Spaghetti meatballs is not a very complicated thing to make. I'm just saying it's very reasonable. While everyone else was doing their one-on-one time, he
All right,
took 20
guys.
minutes to make
I'm
pasta.
done talking about this fucking spaghetti. Okay, don't give a fuck.
let's get to the outfits.
No. We can't talk about the outfits yet. One other guy that we kind of mentioned was the virgin guy, and he was singing, and he did not sing very well.
Oh yeah, this was bad.
That was bad.
I-
I can't believe he's still on the show.
Well, his claim that he wrote that song that morning, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I don't know about that
Yeah,
claim.
yeah. Just
There
like
was one line that he just
It
kept
was
repeating.
one
He
line.
wrote it that second.
He was like, "Oh, I need a bit."
Uh-oh.
he's a virgin. That's his bit. All
It's
right.
like last week I was in my mom's house. Here I am.
With Tila Tequila,
Tila
the most
Tequila.
popular girl on MySpace.
Cyber hottie.
All right, now we can talk about the women. I think we got to talk about the women a bit. So they have like this brief period of like just talking, like before the outfits, where they kind of got a chance to meet Tila Tequila. And they have some people have one-on-ones. Some people actually make out with her during this time, and like everyone's just kind of excited that they're like on one of these shows because like there's no like lesbian version of this show. Mainly, there's also it seems like two of the contestants are like making a connection with each other.
Inevitable.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
I did not pick up on that.
Yeah, right. I'm not the only one that thought that.
Which ones were you talking about?
Yeah.
There was definitely like two people that were sitting around and they were like, they were.
I think it was Keisha before she got drunk.
Yeah.
Keisha fell
I
off the
fucking
rails.
don't know
Keisha.
anyone's name on this show.
Keisha was the caution tape.
Yeah.
Hey girl, hey.
Yeah.
Maybe.
She is Hey Girl Hey. Yeah.
She
Yeah.
had like one shot that was just off a cliff. It seemed like it
Oh,
was.
yeah.
On a note, before we get too deep into this, we watched this on Vimeo, and it was mirrored.
And also potentially out of
and-
order. We're not sure.
No, I don't think it was out of order.
Okay,
we just
okay.
missed the end. We had to go watch it on a smaller screen to watch the end. And it was like I couldn't get anyone's name because he uses fucking terrible font. I couldn't read it at all.
It's all cursive.
Yeah.
It was
So it's
mirrored.
just like cursive mirrored. I like. So
You did a very good job though.
I tried. I actually don't try. I didn't know anyone's name in this show. 0 people.
No.
Terrible host.
But
But
this,
the
but
hair.
but real fast, you do bring up something that haunts me about these kind of shows. I don't understand how, if they're all lesbians, why wouldn't they just all fall in love with each other? They're
That-
going to be seeing a lot more of each other than this one girl who's going to pop in occasionally.
I'm sure
Like-
they certainly could. I mean, like usually, like I mean, there are not a lot of these types of shows that are all gay people or all lesbian people. I mean, I think it could definitely happen, but usually on these shows, it's a bunch of straight people who are just hanging out and
Sure.
stewing, kind of. But yeah,
But there are definitely a couple shows like this. And it
Yeah,
makes
yeah, yeah.
no sense that people would stay focused on Tila.
I
Like,
wonder if
there's
there's.
no way. I agree.
There's
I
no
mean,
way.
at least
Maybe
in
they
this
don't-
one, it's like pseudo celebrity. So you're like,
Yeah.
whereas like if this was like a normal bachelorette thing, then like maybe not. Because
Have you guys done the? I forget what the show is called, but there's a gay bachelor
No.
kind
Really?
of show, and they're all men who like men, and then there's just one man who's the bachelor, but he's not famous.
Usually,
Just another man.
usually those shows are hard for us to do because it's just 5 heterosexual men in here. It's hard for us to discuss it in a coaching way, so we don't tend to do this kind of shows.
I mean-
Spoiler alert for people. Little inside baseball.
I mean, like maybe they just don't focus on the relationships that develop between some of these people because
Yeah.
it's not doesn't make sense in the context of the show. But like, I'm sure it has
It
to
just
happen.
has to happen.
It has to happen.
Maybe they do like in Bachelor World where they like hit them up after.
Yeah, maybe.
be.
Or maybe everyone's blinded by this crazy house.
All right, so back to there was also another virgin in the group.
Yeah.
She seemed
Just-
way more into that one.
on the women's side.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she was also way more attractive than like any of the men.
And less
Let's be
weird.
honest.
She was not that weird.
No,
She didn't sing a song.
she seemed pretty normal.
Well, there wasn't this whole like rigmarole with the men where like it was like one-on-one, give a gift. It was just like we're hanging out, we have drinks, and we're just getting to know Tila Tequila. You know, we're just like, you know, just getting some shots for the show. It wasn't like this whole big show that like was put on the men that you have to impress Tila Tequila. Here's your one shot or you're gone.
At love.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
is your key. You're gonna lose your key with that if you don't make a big impression here.
But I liked this because Tila had all the power. And Tila would just come up to groups, make out with someone, leave.
Well, that's
See
the
ya.
girl she made out with when she turned her back to the other girl.
Yeah.
She just totally ignored her. Didn't even
It
talk
might
to the
have-
other girl anymore.
It might have been those two that were seeming to have a connection. But like there was like one point where they were like, yeah, we're talking about like, yeah, I'm more dominant, and the other person's like, I'm more dismissive, and then Tila Tequila sits down and makes out with the person that was more submissive, and it was just like she just seems way more into the women at this point than she does the men.
She definitely
Yeah.
seems more into the women.
She was really into that one woman who was wearing the same panties as her that she
Oh,
grabbed.
yeah.
Oh, that was
Amanda.
good. She was like, oh, didn't she call her Barbie when she sat down?
Brittany.
Or
As
Brittany.
in, the Britney Spears underwear.
Right.
But like that girl also was like, I have to stay because I have really pretty blonde hair, and it was bad, as was many of the women's hair. Just bad dye jobs, like real
Really
bad.
weird hair.
What else did she have, Emmy?
What else did this girl have?
That
Oh,
she
she
said
had
on the
big tits.
Some
Oh,
honkers.
this is where they were. I've got gigantic beep.
Tila Tequila tried to button her top back together, and it wouldn't go.
I think she was just really trying to grab the boobs.
Oh, yeah.
That was
Oh,
definitely
yeah.
clear that that's what was happening.
Tila was super handsy with the ladies.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Definitely. All right. So after this period, they go through and they all wear costumes.
Fashion
and
show
these are
time.
great. So great. Somebody was wearing a nurse outfit and said, "Does your broken heart need fixing?"
So like the weird thing about this is like it's kind of teed up as like, hey, they're gonna do this fashion show so you can see all their personality. Is like how
No,
it's teed up.
no.
I did not see any personality.
Which there's no personality shown, and like I think there was maybe only one case where like the thing that they wore was related to what they do or their hobbies or their life at all. Like all the other ones were just like
These are just
it was basically sexy Halloween
yeah,
costumes. Like,
definitely.
yeah.
That's what I was saying.
100%,
yeah.
especially the orange.
Well, I got them all written down. We're gonna go through them all.
Chris wrote all these ones down, guys.
I was paying attention for these.
Sexy
ones.
fashion show. Chris is
Paid
in.
attention. Yeah.
I got these ones, guys. Don't worry about it. Then there was an angel, and then as they're coming out, they give these like one-liners. It's just like, there was some sort of touched by an angel line.
It's like, hey, did you ever? It's like, hey, did you ever wonder what it'd be like to be touched by an angel? And she touches her, and you're like,
She's like crawling at Tila.
And then there was a sexy cat outfit, and
Of course.
But
I'm
did
a
she make
cat.
response to like she was like, "I'm a cat because I'm foxy."
yes,
Yeah,
I read that.
that was it.
I'm
Should've
wearing
been
a
a
cat
fox.
outfit because I'm foxy. Then there was a maid. I don't remember what.
That was
Hers
Lala.
was good. Hers was good.
I
That
don't
was Lala
remember.
with the red hair.
Yeah.
She seems interesting.
I don't
remember her
I
line,
don't
though.
remember.
no.
She
Oh
did
no, she just
strut.
walked out, and so Tila goes, "So what are you?" She's like, "I'm your maid." That was it.
Nah.
Then there was. I didn't write down what her outfit was, but it was the butterface.
Oh, yeah, Chaos.
Chaos was
That's
that
her
her?
name.
What was her?
But she
outfit?
was like some military thing,
Yeah.
wasn't she? Like
Oh
she had
yeah.
on like the camo.
I think she was. Yeah.
Yeah, and
a
then
hat.
That one
Tila
didn't
calls
go
her Butterface and a confessional.
Not great.
No good. Also, every time one of these women comes out after they present themselves and say their one line, they go to this like cabana kind of thing behind Tila and they get to watch every other girl. And so like by the end of it, there's just a group of ladies just cheering
In their sexy outfits.
in their
all
sexy
together.
outfits.
And then we have everyone's favorite, hey girl, hey, construction worker wearing caution tape
Yeah,
As her top.
as her top.
and a tool belt.
And what did she say about the tool belt?
I don't know. I didn't write it down.
She said she needed some help getting sawdust cleared off of her tool belt.
Yeah, that was it.
What?
Do you want to dust this sawdust off of my tool
That
belt?
was Tila's response
What?
as well. Very confused.
Whoa.
Then there was the Girl Scout outfit, and I'm innocent. Would you like my cookie?
No,
What's
do
the
you want
line?
to eat her cookie?
Yeah. Okay.
Ugh.
I thought
Yeesh.
that one wasn't that bad, actually.
It seems a little.
Better than touched by an angel.
Yeah,
Like,
Emmy's into it.
uh,
I thought she wasn't that bad. That's all I'm saying.
then we've got Hugh Hefner.
Yeah, everyone seemed very confused by that one.
I'm still.
People were very upset by the butch girl.
Yeah, she's like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm the ultimate bachelor.
I
I
can't.
liked that line.
seemed
I thought
fine.
that was pretty funny.
I was surprised that she was still on the show. Then we got sexy taxi driver.
Unbelievable.
Everyone's biggest turn on.
Which is
the
also
top.
not a very sexy outfit
well,
comparatively.
she's a sexy taxi driver because she can take you where you want to go. Oh my god!
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't have a whole lot of time while these are all going through to write them all down. Then we got the firefighter.
Who is an
Danny.
actual firefighter?
Yeah,
Super legit.
Danny's the love of my life.
Sorry, Rob.
I don't know if she had what her line was. I didn't write it down.
Yeah, I don't think she had a good line.
Then there was quote unquote orange.
Oh,
This
terrible.
Orange-
is kind of what happens when you're on a show and there's a theme, but you forgot. And you're kind of like looking through your luggage.
Gotta scrap this one together.
And you're like, oh, I can do something here.
Annabeth,
I know puns.
Annabeth, aren't you glad I have a big enough personality to be on the show?
And did you say something that I don't need a cheesy pickup line?
Yeah, I
Wasn't that
don't.
in there somewhere?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was it. Yeah.
I think that you ever. I didn't get the ending because I
It's a
was writing it
very-
down.
Very odd
Oh my
monologue.
God. So bad.
It was just terrible delivery. It was exactly how I said it. And it was just like, nope.
And it was a orange bikini.
Yeah, just orange. Yeah, bikini. It kind of almost matched her skin tone, which was weird.
Yeah, it
I was
did.
like, so you're wearing like kind of naked? No, you just
No.
orange. Okay, that's what we got. Then we got some sort of cards outfit.
Well,
Yeah,
I feel like you gotta describe that outfit. It's not.
Yeah. Go ahead, James. Describe it.
So these are sort of like a bunch of playing cards, but they seem very small. Or she is very large.
She
They're-
could
they're
be very big.
like pocket-sized playing cards.
Right, and
Yes.
they're sort of like
They're like-
scattered about across some of the regions,
They're like third size,
and they're not covering a lot.
Yeah, compared to the taxi driver, like,
Right.
The taxi driver was wearing like a ball gown comparatively.
Sure, she's like wearing a G-string with a couple of cards in it, and like, this is an outfit.
And there was something about like luck was her line.
Oof,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Remember.
It was like she had been to like a Pauly D show and there was some confetti on her. But that was kind of it.
That was it.
Very inside joke. there.
Everybody knows.
Wait, everybody has them
happened
into
to
a Pauly D show? DJ Pauly D.
Yeah, there was big confetti at the Pauly D concert, guys.
I still found some confetti in my place like a couple days ago.
I'm sure when I move out, there might be some confetti somewhere. Then there was America outfit,
Yep.
the
Oh, yeah.
quintessential outfit.
She
Yep.
really took her time.
Yeah.
really strutting about.
Tila had to reel her in.
Yes.
It seemed like she liked that one though.
She
Maybe she just thought
Yeah.
the girl was hot. But.
she had some sort of line like "God bless America."
Yeah.
Was
That
that
was
the
Tila-
virgin?
Tila said that.
Ooh, it might have been.
Oh, I think it was.
I think you're right.
I don't know. And then that was all the women from what I have written down. I don't think I missed anyone.
There was like a sexy Catholic schoolgirl,
Oh, that was the first girl. Yes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I missed
there's-
that one.
but I don't remember her line.
There's also some kind of a sexy mechanic in there somewhere that had a wrench. I'm not exactly sure what the line was, but
Well, mechanic's good to note.
Oh
'Cause
yes.
Spoiler: she doesn't make it.
yeah.
I have that. I have that written down too. Then Tila says that all these women look like the village people.
Kind of true.
I think the construction worker really sets the tone for that one.
Construction
but-
worker, firefighter, the whole.
So the people kicked off the show are Orange, the mechanic, the army person, the butterface, and the taxi worker are all gone.
So as they're eliminated, for the women, they never got to change out of these outfits, which is brutal.
Nuts.
I imagine
And
they had to go
also-
manually hail a cab too, like by themselves.
Their sexy
Devastating.
outfits.
Man, what happens if you're trying to hail a cab when you're wearing that taxi outfit?
I don't know. You think it goes better or worse?
I don't know.
Who knows? You'll have to try it out. Let us know.
Probably
next week.
better.
Who gets the cab first? The cab person or the orange person?
Oh.
Ooh.
Definitely orange.
The
person.
cab person.
What?
I
Why?
mean, not
I agree.
ever. Like she's wearing clothes.
I guess that's true.
I guess.
Like I mean, it depends on what kind of person shows up.
I don't know. Like the
But
orange girl
like-
could be like, okay, she came from some kind of pool party or something. There's a reason.
But
that,
you don't
like,
want
she
your
could be
cab
there.
wet.
No, but I get it. But the cab person's like, that's a nuts person. Why is she wearing that outfit?
Yeah,
Why
but
does
it's
she
an
look
outfit.
like a taxi cab?
It's not just. It's just not underwear.
We'll never know.
Reasonable.
I think Chris and Harrison should try this out and let us know the report.
Yeah.
Let's do
If
it.
there could be
Let's do
anything
it.
more awkward, I think that would be it.
I call taxi cab outfit.
Oh,
I got the speedo. All right,
orange
let's
speedo
go.
for Chris. Man. So
and
then,
then
yeah.
the last scene is like all the guys showing up at this pool party, and then the girl showing up, and then exit. Like we don't get to see the actual like entrance or reactions from either of them.
Like, there's like a quick reaction, like under 15 seconds, but it's just kind of like, what? And that's it.
It's that
There
one
was
guy.
some
Yeah.
sort of line about how the one lesbian thinks it might be a gay bash.
Yep.
Yeah.
was-
I don't know.
Cute.
I don't know what a gay bash
Didn't
is.
they say something about what are all these lifeguards doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. The,
Bunch of
man,
women
they
were
got a
very
lot of
grossed
lifeguards
out by
for
all
our
the men,
party.
too. Like, why are these gross dudes here? Get them out of here.
yeah.
And the guys were into it.
Oh,
Yeah, there's like, it's like,
Yeah.
hey, where all these girls come from? This is great.
Didn't one dude be like, oh, now we're all going to get some?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, what?
Like, you're about to be disappointed in a second, my friend.
And everyone in this room said, no, no, no.
Oh, man. That one line was pretty bad by the army girl. I just
don't-
remembered it.
I don't have it written down.
She asked Tila Tequila to, how'd she say it? She's like, I'll make you my POW. And that just did not go over
yeah.
well.
Oh, I missed that.
Oh,
That was a
yeah.
weird line.
I was cringing at that.
Ooh.
Another 2007. I don't know if it was ever okay.
I
to
don't
say
think that was
reference,
ever
No.
okay.
But
no.
man, it just felt like the times were weird.
No. Her name was Chaos again.
Her name was Chaos.
Her name was Chaos. That's why
We couldn't read any of the things, Emmy.
well, no, like Tila brought it up a few times, and when she kicked
Yeah.
her off, she said, "Nobody needs more chaos. In their life. I don't need more
Oh.
chaos in my life."
Makes more sense now.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the show. It's just nuts. I
It's
guess
some kind
there
of
was
show.
like the next time on extended. I don't know if anyone had any minutia or.
Well, I think one thing that's interesting is that, like, I think, and my rating is going to be kind of based on this. I'm going to have to take a stab at this. Where it seems like the rest of the season, like, now all of these people are going to be in the same house, commingling and dealing with shit. And there's only one bed for them all to sleep in together.
I
Is
don't
that
think
is
that's
that
true.
guys and girls all
It's
sleeping in the
everyone.
same bed and Tila?
That's what they led me to believe. So
I don't
Emmy,
think
we need
so.
some-
Emmy's seen it.
I don't remember.
Oh,
You remember
my
if they all
God.
sleep in the same bed or
No,
not?
I'll look it up.
Okay.
Okay. But so, like, I feel like this first episode is going to be very different from the rest of the season.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of looking at Emmy and I'm curious if you recall it. Because like it seems like what's gonna happen now is that there's gonna be like some kind of competition. There's gonna be like hangouts. There's gonna be things happening, and it's sort of this battle of the sexes thing. Where like that was not how the first episode that we just watched was.
I mean,
it was very isolated.
It's basically the exact same format as every kind of Bachelor premiere type episode that we've seen, where it's like you got to intro like 20 people, and they all have to meet like the person who's going to be picking them or not, and like you have to sacrifice the first episode of this kind of thing to set up the entire rest of the season.
We really need to do one of these shows where I watch a middle of the season episode so I get an actual clue what the fuck these shows are about.
Yeah, for sure.
Because like I only ever watch the intro shows, and they're generally like poor. They give me a poor idea of what the actual rest of the show is going to be like. As James says, it's like, okay, you're all going to be competing to like for Tila Tequila's love. I got that. What the fuck does that actually mean? Is it more of these like fashion show things and then she just kicks you off? Or like, is that's it? Like, I don't know. I don't know what the rest of
challenge in there. Like,
are you?
I feel like there are going to be challenges from that little.
Are they going to be like
end.
Celebrity Apprentice where they're like, hey, go out and make money with these fucking cupcakes? Like, who makes the most money? You get to stay on. And then if I like, you don't make enough cupcake money, you're out. Like, I don't know.
Tila's got $1 million to invest. Which of these singles has the product for her?
So, episode 3 says the 17 remaining contestants move in with Tila and discover they all must share the same bed.
Yes.
Which leads to an unexpected hookup.
Whoa!
Oh, the first night.
Does Tila sleep in the same bed with everybody else, or is it just all the contestants?
I don't think they have that minutia written down on IMDb.
It's got to be the contestants because they got to keep her like aloft
On
as
a pedestal.
as a prize.
True.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she can't be in there.
I feel like two people might get a little handsy if Tila's in there.
What do folks think about Tila as the host and subject of this show? Like what?
I think
What's that vibe?
she's doing a pretty good job. I think she's entertaining.
I feel like she's like attractive. She's like seems congenial. Like, I don't know. She seems good enough.
She's the best I've seen in Rock of Love and Bachelorette shows that I've seen.
Do you think that they need a host to run the show so that she can be the person, or do you think like it seems weird having her run the show?
The show doesn't need any fucking more people on it, man. You kidding me? There's like 30 people on this show.
I just think we need a.
We don't need any more.
I just think we need a Chris Harrison
Do
type.
not need any fucking Chris Harrison talking about consent. You don't need it. Okay.
What about
Don't.
Mark L. Wahlberg?
We're gonna get to Mark L. Wahlberg in a little bit here, but
I feel like this makes it just seem like she's really in control of the whole situation.
Definitely.
This seems like it's
I
her
like
show.
it.
yeah.
So I actually don't like how she started out the show. She seemed very, I don't know, just an ass and like just saying stupid shit. But I do agree that it warmed up over time, and I think she does do a pretty good job at like running it. But like, doesn't start off, in my opinion, on the best foot. It sort of starts out. I'm like, oh no, I can't believe I got to watch this show for another hour. But I'd say about halfway through towards the end, like I actually start like liking Tila in the show. Like she's pretty good at it. But like you gotta, it kind of takes some warming up to, I think, unless you're a Tila fan, which I didn't know who the fuck she was.
I have a Chris's Internet Corner update.
Hit me.
Rock of Love and the show were in 2007.
So they shot
the same
both of these shows at that house in the same year.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I mean, they premiered the same year. I don't know when they were shot.
Man,
I think Rock of Love was like, I just saw it was like summer, and this show was like October. So like they were back to back, but Rock of Love was first.
crazy.
There's some energy in this house.
Some kind of
There's
weird energy.
There's a lot of banging happening in this house. Because I guarantee you, Rock of Love, there was lots of that.
This is a nightmare for the cleaning crew.
Oh.
I feel like
There's
it's
also spaghetti everywhere.
nightmare for the whoever lives here now. You know,
Oh yeah.
The ghosts that walk those halls.
Can we have a guess of whether you think she ends up with a man or a woman?
Oh, that's a good question.
I mean, by this first episode, women seems very likely, but I'm gonna go with men. I think that like there's a reason why they're both there.
I don't know, I think I think she's gonna end up with the women. With the women, she seemed like a lot more into some of the women. I don't know. First episode.
Don't spoil it though, because I might want to watch
I
this.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
Because I also think
Oh,
woman
you-
from this
you-
episode, she was way more into it.
You kidding me? I want to know. I don't wanna-
I don't know. I want to watch it.
Backwards with the mirror. image.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think you can buy. There's some sort of. There might be a DVD. You
The
might,
DVD
you
box
might have,
set.
You might have to track down a DVD.
Mm. Maybe the
MTV
library has it.
Find a way to send a fucking copy of the show so we don't have
We
to.
need to
do
wait
crazy
for
shit.
MTV. Really needs its own streaming option so we can have their back catalog.
I mean,
They just
MTV
need to
has
provide
an
their
app.
shit. They don't need another paid service for MTV to bone people over. They have all the content. People want to watch it. It only is going to make them like MTV more. Just make the content available on MTV. Get it done.
They already have the MTV app. They could run they could have run a bunch of ads against this when we watched it. That'd be fine. I don't know.
No, MTV ads are freaking terrible.
I know they're terrible, but it's better than watching the whole show mirrored.
I'll give
And
you
with
that.
iTunes visualizer behind it.
Oh my God.
So-
That was
Man.
worse.
Yeah.
MTV's got to get better ads. Mostly just stop showing me the same ad 18 times in one episode.
Come on.
It's
All
tough.
right.
Yeah. I mean, we definitely MTV needs to get on some sort of back catalog. I wonder if they don't have this, like some of this back catalog stuff, because a lot of it is like not great in the Me Too era
Oh,
that they
yeah.
don't like.
Could be.
And they don't want to recatalog everything and like have like, you know, things from 15 years ago ruin the MTV brand today because like
Could be.
You say ruin the MTV brand. Like, I feel
Well,
like this is MTV's brand. Like,
you know there's
what are
some
they doing different?
there's some like celebrities that were like super big that this whole Me Too thing came about and you know they not doing so hot anymore and like MTV's got some of these shows where like so you
Might not
know,
stand up to
might not-
2019 scrutiny.
Yeah. So who knows if these things will ever come back. All this nostalgia-driven TV, you think that they'd help us out?
They got to get Bully Beat down on that streaming service so we can watch some more of it.
I don't think you can watch that anymore, dude.
Yeah.
No, it's done.
It was on Hulu when we watched it. I doubt it's still there
Lost to time.
because a lot of the MTV shows were on there and like they're not on there.
Yeah, they had like 20 seasons of the challenge on there that they took off.
All right, I think we're done with the show. Let's go to ratings.
Oof.
I can kick it off. I'll kick it off since I usually don't. I think it's middle tier. It's. I think that Tila Tequila is a great host. I think the people were entertaining. The one-liners were amazing. I feel like the content of the show is just really good, but I really just dislike this format, so that's why it doesn't make the top third. So middle third it is. What do you got for me, ABC?
I think it's a top. I feel very compelled. I want to watch more. I need to know. It's a rip-roaring good ride. That's all I have to say.
Put it on the back of the box.
Is that the top third moniker? Like all of them are rip roaring good rides.
Maybe.
This one especially.
This one definitely.
All right. You got to remember that one for the season finale.
Rip-roaring good ride.
Yeah. Harrison, what do you got for me?
I think that this is going to have to be a middle tier show based on the episode that we watched, but with the potential for it to upgrade based on what I saw in the coming. Like, I thought it was fine. It's entertaining. Like, seemed like they found an insane group of people. Like, I don't know where they found the people that are on this show, but like, it's a crazy group of people. The kind of bisexual angle to the whole dating show thing, I think, is interesting. I'm really interested to see the dynamic of like all of these macho dudes who are used to going picking up all these women having to live with a bunch of women who have no interest in them. Like, I think it's going to be a really interesting, weird situation. So yeah, I think it's a middle third based on what I've seen.
On a question to you about that. So, do you think none of the women are bisexual as well? You think they're all lesbians?
I have no idea. I mean, they were teed up as being lesbians. I'm not sure. Some of them could be bisexual, I guess. I don't know.
I think they're lesbians. I feel like the casting call went out for lesbians. And like the opening scene where they
but
all
are
meet
you
each
gonna
other, they're
admit
like,
that you're bi when they're looking for lesbians?
yeah, I don't know.
Like, are they,
But like
they're not, I
this
don't
is
think
also
they're-
based on the intro. Like we saw a bunch of convos about them like talking about like realizing their lesbian identity and like talking about what a gold star lesbian is. Like, I don't know. I feel like they all have that lesbian pride, but maybe there's a
Yeah,
mole.
but that's 'cause
there
they're
could be
a
a mole.
mole.
I don't know.
Because they're all around lesbians and they're like fitting in with lesbians. If they were like came out as bi, they might not fit in as well. Like,
Well, do you think that the men are gonna try to convert the lesbians? Is that
I don't
what-
think they need to convert them. I think that some of them might like guys too.
I think that there will be some attempts, and I think it will not go well. Is what
I
my, is
agree.
what my
There is some
predictions
I
sort
agree.
of surprise hookup.
I think the ladies are gonna hook up.
I think
For
I think that
sure.
it's much more likely that two ladies are going to hook up than one of these dudes is going to get with one
Definitely.
of these lesbian
Yeah.
women.
Definitely.
Well, Annabeth, you'll have to let me know. 'Cause
I will.
we-
I'll text you when it
we
happens.
know.
I want to rewatch now.
It happened.
James, what do you got for me?
So here's the thing. The first part of the show with the guys, I did not like. It was not good.
Man.
As I said before, Tila, it took some warming up to. I think in the end, I agree that she was an overall pretty good host. I'm not going to say great host, but overall pretty good. But it took some warming up. The guys are all just so dumb, so douchey, and just a bunch of airheads that, like, I couldn't deal with any of it. But the women portion of the show was very interesting, much more entertaining, and I feel like I see some promise and potential in the show. Ultimately, I'm going to throw this at bottom of the middle. I really wanted to throw it in the bottom, but I think the women portion of the show saved it, and so I'm going to go in the middle overall, bottom of the middle. I don't know. There's definitely some interesting angles. It's just hard for me to give a shit about any of these dumbasses on this show because everyone just seems so stupid. But at least Tila seems interesting. So I don't know. The women were better, but all of the guys just seemed like just total dumbasses. And I can't imagine myself caring. Like they all just yeah. Anyways, that's all I got.
Seems reasonable.
I can't imagine watching that much more of this. So it's doubtful that I'll return to it.
Well, when Annabeth comes over and forces you to watch more.
Get that
If it was a
box
good
set.
episode, I'd be interested to hear about it.
okay.
But that's about as far as I think I'm willing to go.
I'm
I'm looking forward to an update, though.
What is your rating here?
I mean, I say top.
Top.
It was, as I had discussed with these guys earlier.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you during this segment to give us your history of watching this show because you're the reason why we're watching this show.
Right. So I studied abroad around this time, and I watched this show as one of my first reality shows besides Survivor. And I was really drawn in, and it reminded me of being home. And so it like really draws you in, though. Like more and more you go, it's just you get in really deep, and you start to care about these people. And so I don't know. I really, really like it. I like the angle of the two different sexes too. Like I think it's really interesting.
Is this you coming out on the podcast as bisexual?
I mean, I did say I do love Danny.
So what was it about this show that reminded you of America? Like what's
I think that's just like outrageous. Like
Yeah.
it's just like these people are nuts and doing crazy things. Like that dude is scaling a wall, and people are just like, I don't know.
USA?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, this show is definitely moving. Like when we were watching, I was trying to write stuff down, and they were like, "Bang, bang!" I like missed whole people.
It's not definitely not a boring show. I don't think like they,
Yeah.
they keep it moving.
It's a rip roaring good ride.
Yeah, I could totally see like if you get into the people and stuff, like with a lot of these shows. Like it's
Yeah,
once you get invested in the people, then it's interesting. It's just hard in these intro episodes to like get enough airtime with any one person. Like I think you have to watch more of these to really get like in it.
Totally.
But I could totally see like doing that you totally do, right? Because you get invested, you want to see what's going on.
Right. They have to really narrow the people down. Like there's too many people to care about right now.
Yeah.
And we didn't get any facts about these people, really.
Whoa!
There's no
I
time for
mean, there was a guy gave the frog, and like he sang. Like we know a
know
lot.
frogs.
We know a lot about.
We
these
know
people.
who's a virgin.
We know there's an Italian.
Maybe.
He gets
We-
big
That might be a front.
200% of the time.
We know who the golden lesbian is, which you didn't really didn't talk about.
They did break down what a gold star and a silver star lesbian difference is.
What is the difference, James?
I think gold has never been with a man, and silver has been with a man but didn't love it. If I remember her words
And
right.
it converts her.
And then
Or
it
shows her
made the switch.
the way.
Like, well, that ain't it.
She sees the light. We're not doing that again.
I don't think so on that one.
Oh, boy.
There you go. That's
I
the
don't want
silver.
that hot
I don't know what
Italian
bronze
sausage.
is. Is there a bronze? Is bronze like you dipped in both and you're like, no, the other one.
All right. So, anyone have any updates? And I'm looking at somebody specifically.
Yes.
I feel like we have to talk about Temptation Island and Mark L. Wahlberg a little bit here.
I was trying to remember the name of the show. I was trying to go with these updates, and I'm like, all I can think of was Love Island because we watched a different island show.
Tentacion.
Temptation Island has been an out of control show this season.
It is my current favorite show of all time.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Well,
Of all
okay.
Is it more?
Maybe not of all time, but it's incredible.
Is
Sounds
it,
like it's all time.
so is it more crazy than this show?
Yeah,
it is totally
100%.
different, though.
It's way different, but it's crazier to watch.
It's crazy because, like, if you buy into the premise that this is real, that these are, like, real couples and they've been dating for, like, 8 years or whatever, the stakes are so high and what these people are doing is so crazy.
It's definitely the big difference because, like in all these other dating shows, there are zero stakes to it. Like you're watching all these people talk and date and whatever, and you're just like, they will never be together with these people after the show. There's no future to any of this. It's all just nonsense. Like they're being on TV, but on this show, like there are
everybody
some
lives
stakes.
together.
Yeah.
People are, like, thinking about getting married and they decide to do this.
It's
But
insane.
you said something interesting there, which is if you choose to believe or buy into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there reason to not
No.
believe that these people are real?
No. I believe it. I'm just
Okay.
saying, like, I think, like, some of these other reality shows,
Sure.
like, it feels like pretty, like, set up
Okay.
and, like, you don't really buy the, like, what's happening. But I do believe that these people have been dating forever
And they've come on this show.
and they've made just the weirdest decision
Like-
because they've been brainwashed by the idea that this is the only way to test your relationship.
Many of these people over the course of their time on the show have realized that this is one of the worst decisions that they've made in their life to come on this show. Like
So
there's like I've
we
ruined my life by coming on this show.
You're ruining the lead here.
Yeah.
There's 4 couples.
Yeah.
How many are still couples?
Does anyone care about any sort of spoilers on Temptation Island right
Give
now?
me the spoilers.
I
That's
Okay.
why
I
I'm
want to
listening.
watch it, but you can tell all the
Oh,
spoilers. 'cause I'm
man.
gonna forget it by the time you tell me.
You're not gonna forget some of these.
Oh.
I
Okay,
need
but
the
so
I need the
good.
spoilers.
Okay, so we've got
So there are 4
Let's-
couples.
Let's start with the 2 least interesting ones, and then build to it. So we've got Javen and Shari,
Yeah.
who that was that one girl who was like super mean to her guy in the first episode, like right before they're breaking up, they were
bickering
fighting
people.
all
Yeah.
the time, whatever. They are doing fine. She kind of freaked out a little bit when she saw him talking to some girl at a bonfire, but she has mellowed out considerably. She's okay with the situation. Javen isn't really making any moves. He's just kind of hanging out. It seems like they're very likely to end up together at the end of
It
this
seems
thing.
good for them because she's like, oh man, I really appreciate him now, and I think I've been really mean to him, and
She's learned
you
how
know,
to she's
I'm
learned how
not-
to let love into her heart, is I think what she said. Yeah.
so they're doing okay.
That was So going on Temptation Island, decent decision for these people maybe. And then we've got Carl and
Nicole,
and
the workout couple.
the workout couple. And there's not a lot going on there really. Like it seems like
But Nicole is discovering that perhaps, like, Nicole and all the ladies hang out all the time. And Nicole was like, man, like, they seem to have these different connections with their men than I do with Carl. Like,
she's realizing that he might not be as
he
deep.
might not be. She's like, my relationship might be shallow.
Yeah. So like she hasn't been like messing around on him on the show. He hasn't been messing around, on her. But it seems like maybe at the end of this they might, if not in the show, go their separate ways after because they've sort of realized that maybe it's not that great.
So then the other 2 couples are just sleeping with each other then?
Well,
the other 2 couples.
the other 2 couples.
So we've got John and Katie. So that's like the big white guy and his girlfriend.
Yeah, the blonde lady who
The
was
blonde
like who's
lady.
like, man, like John's fine, but I really need like a manly man, and John's not that manly, and I need like a guy who's like really alpha. And she's like always telling John that he's not alpha enough for her.
Yeah, no good. So basically the situation there is like she's been saying a whole bunch of bad stuff about him on the other side. He's been seeing these videos at the bonfires. Like she said to some dude that like, hey, she doesn't think that John is like manly enough to raise her kids, and that it's this other that like she just met might be, and like there's a whole terrible situation going on. John has all these girls hitting on him, and he's kind of like, he's kissed a girl briefly. He licked some peanut butter off of a girl's boobs. That happened at some point.
He's getting a little rowdy, but he's
And-
also told all the girls,
Yeah.
I have to wait for Katie to cheat before I'll do anything.
He's been running around saying he won't cheat until she cheats, which is kind of a weird like situation to be telling people. But
And so these people get to see like what the other people are doing, or what's
basically
the deal?
once per episode they have this thing called the bonfire where they bring in like just the guys, and they have this iPad where they just show them like clips of stuff that goes on with their partners on the other side. So they do this bonfire like every time, so they get to see like 10 seconds of whatever the producers choose to show them in that moment of what's happening over there. So the producers have like a lot of agency to influence like these people's moods and what they're doing and like what they're pushing them towards. Like there's a lot of potential for producer pushing here.
And then so the men do it, and then the women do it separately.
Men do it, women
so you
do it.
never see your partner again. This is the only thing you get from them are these weird tiny clips.
Yeah.
So, is there any like misleading clips?
I
Actually,
would-
not really. We
I wouldn't
talked about
say-
this.
yeah.
I think they're pretty good. I mean, they pick like a dramatic clip,
I
but
mean-
it doesn't seem like they don't cut it in a way to like misrepresent what that person did.
Okay, yeah, that's really.
They will
Yeah.
it's not cut weird. Like they will show you a particular clip to make you feel a certain way, but it's actually a real thing that happened. It's not like really out of context usually.
But what is pretty devious
Yeah.
is every time
Fucking
they do
Mark
this,
Wahlberg.
fucking Mark Wahlberg is the devil himself. So like he sets up these bonfire ceremonies, and he like has all the people, and he shows them the iPad. And every time he shows them the iPad, he's like, "Do you want to watch as a group or separately?" And like almost every time, everyone's like, "As a group," like whatever. And he shows them the clip, and he's like, "How do you feel? What are you gonna do now?" And he like really like tries to. It's like this weird thing, and like if they like express some kind of doubt, he's like, "It's part of the process. Now you get to go back to the house and you get to make some decisions."
He's he's kind of like acting like as their therapist in this moment by kind of asking them to talk about their feelings, what they're thinking, and like whatever. And like he's kind of acting like he's trying to help them through it. But he's actually trying to do the opposite. He's trying to break these couples up, like by his
Definitely.
actions, and
And
it's
he,
like a really evil thing to be doing. Like,
And he pretends that like he'll pretend that he doesn't know what actually happened. He'll be like, "We don't have the full story," but he does.
you do, you could tell them if you wanted to.
He's a demon,
Yeah,
but I
it's
love
terrible.
it. He's a very good evil host.
So then we have our last couple, Evan and Casey.
Okay, you may remember Evan and Casey came on the show because she really needs him to propose, and he's not sure he's ready. So she's like, "Okay, like we're gonna do this thing, and then he's gonna propose to me, like whatever."
He's also the guy with like really deep.
This is the sunken eyes guy.
Sunken
eyes.
The sunken eyes guy.
He looks like he's haunted by 20,000 ghosts.
It's the guy who in the first episode kept asking, "Are you sure my girlfriend's gone now? We're not going to see our girlfriends anymore right now, right?"
Yeah. Have you watched any of the show?
Oh, it's so
Annabeth was just
good.
selling me on it.
Oh, it's so good.
It's so good. So this couple,
Yeah.
So Casey, the girl, she pretty immediately is like, she's realizing she's made a mistake, and she's not connecting with any of these men, and she realizes that maybe Evan's gonna find a connection, and she starts getting really anxious.
She's like, I've ruined my life. I can't. This is the worst decision I've ever made to bring us on the show. Why did I force him to come on the show because he wouldn't propose to me? Like it's a whole.
Like I don't need a proposal anymore. This
just
is
want
my real
him.
life, and I think my relationship, like I don't know why I put it in jeopardy. My life might be over. And so she's really like getting more and more anxious as time goes on. And the producers are not helping with these bonfires where every week she sees Evan getting closer and closer to a woman.
he has found this girl, Morgan, on the other side, who he's starting to get pretty into. So over the course of these bonfires, she sees them kind of meeting and flirting, and then
there's
yeah.
a big kiss.
then there's a big kiss where they make out, and she is not super happy about that, I would say. She has probably the quote of the whole series, which if you want to give it a shot.
So the producers show her a clip of her boyfriend making out with another woman, and she like looks up at Mark L. Wahlberg afterwards, and she's like, "This is torture. I'm literally being tortured." And Harrison and I lost our minds.
Oh God!
What does Mark L. Wahlberg say in that situation? It's like, yeah, welcome to hell.
He's like,
He like gives her a little wink.
he's like, I know it can be hard to watch, but it's part of the process,
All
or
part of the
whatever he
process.
says.
So no one's actually went all the way in the show yet.
We're getting to the climax of this situation, in which this Evan dude basically gives his testimonial, and he's just like, me and my girlfriend had a bunch of ground rules coming into the situation, and those are just all going out the window right now. And he has sex with this girl that he just met on this show.
And he tells her he's falling in love with her.
Yes. Also
It's
that.
It's a disaster. And at the same
It's
time, like it'll
terrible.
cut between that, and then it cuts back to his girlfriend, and she's like, man, I can't wait to see Evan again. I know he won't cheat on me. Like, we're gonna get out of this. I hope.
There's discussions happening, and people are like, but what if he does cheat on you? Like, and she's like, well, if he goes too far, it would be over. Like, it would definitely be over. And like, they have her on camera saying this now, so it's a whole situation.
So that was the cliffhanger at the last episode. Is they show her.
Yeah.
They get to the bonfire, and he has like the day before had sex with the other woman. And so they show everybody the clips, and then they obviously save her for last, which, like, if you're on this show, something's not good if you're the last one.
100%.
So she gets the iPad, and he's like, do you want to watch it with the girls or separately? And for the first time in the whole season, she's like, alone. And so she pops in the AirPods.
They give her the iPad.
They give her the iPad. She pops in the AirPods. All the other girls look away, and she closes her eyes, and she doesn't watch.
She just listens to it.
She just listens to it.
Why?
And then
what?
and the very end of the episode is like a producer trying to like talk to her like in a testimonial, and you hear the producer go, "Why didn't you watch?" And she's like, "I don't want to see that."
I don't want to see
And
that.
then the
I can't watch
producer
that.
goes, "But he could have been doing anything," and she runs away from the camera.
Yeah.
Why would she even put the AirPods in?
I
I don't know.
I think
Mark L. Wahlberg is a compelling man.
They made her like they were either gonna make her, like them play the audio out loud and she would close her eyes, or have the AirPods on and she closed her eyes. I don't think there's any way she's not hearing the clip, like, and still being on the show.
So you're telling me it's literal torture on the show?
It's
She is
literal torture.
literally
I'm
being tortured.
Literally being
Yeah,
tortured.
As you guys,
But it was
it
her
just
fault.
sounds like so many people are just terrible people.
Oh yeah.
The producers are terrible. The host is bad. All
Yeah.
of the people that aren't the couples just seem
Yeah.
like
How
Well, but
are
it's
the
weird
terrible people.
because it's like, how did these couples get, like, it's so weird that these couples did this.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to talk about that on the pod about the show. Is like, it's weird to do every part of the show is weird. The
Oh,
couples,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
the singles, the producers. I feel like are the most normal people in the situation.
they start doing that kind of shit.
Well, I just mean like they're
motivation's
doing
But
their
it
not
job.
obvious.
it's what these people signed up for. That's what's really weird. It's like they didn't mislead these people as to what they're doing. People just decided to do this.
But why?
But why?
Right, but why?
I have some news from that pod as well.
Oh, man.
You said that Sherry and Yavin are doing well. They're like the only ones
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
look like they're doing well.
We were
Well,
very wrong.
no, you are the most right, I think, in this situation.
Oh, really?
ABC and James said yes on that they would be together.
Wow.
But James also said yes on Casey and Evan. So
That's been a little bit of a disaster.
So,
But they could make up. Who knows? We don't know how this isn't the end yet.
There's still a chance they're going to end up together, and the reason she doesn't want to watch it is so that she can be with him after. I think is what
Definitely.
it seems like. It's not great.
I don't think anyone's winning our who cheated first bet.
yeah.
We have Katie, Carl, Casey, Yavin, and Yavin.
Ouch.
So no one wins that one. Although Casey probably would win if we were going by points, because
In retrospect, we should have known.
We
that
should have known.
Those sunken eyes can't be trusted.
So that's it. It's an incredible show. Like it's great.
Do you think they're going to be able to do a season 2?
This is season like 4, so
Yeah, I mean,
Probably.
but like this
Yeah.
is like
Oh yeah.
the first season in like a decade.
I wonder what kind of range. Like I bet that it's getting decent ratings. I don't know actually.
Are you?
but-
No, I'm worried about finding people that want to be on the show.
Yeah, I mean, you can always find some insane people that want to be on TV, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how they found these people. I think the success of this show totally hinges on those people, because if we didn't have Evan on this show, I don't know if I would
Yeah,
be
doesn't-
this into it. But Evan
sure.
is so fascinating
Because,
to
like-
watch as he falls deeper and deeper into this hole.
Because if nobody was doing anything, you'd just be like, well, it's
Yeah.
another week. Nobody's doing it. Okay.
Yeah.
One of the weird parts about the show is like about 80% of the singles have never been like really meaningfully involved in the show because they've never had a connection with like any of the people who are in the relationship. And then at least half of the couples at this point are pretty much not in the show very much because they're not like there's no path to them really like cheating on each other or anything. So they're really downplaying them a bunch right now. It's like a lot of the people on the show are just not being focused on at all.
They got to do the BIP thing where you bring in new people.
Yeah,
Yeah, they just can't
They
find-
did that.
They did
that
it once.
one time.
I thought they would have kept doing it.
Yeah, they only did it one time. It's weird.
Oh, here's the last thing. I'm sorry we gave you just the longest explanation of
20-minute
what's
Temptation
happening.
Island update.
But what's going to happen next episode, because I know you're very interested, they each get to send a 30-second message to their partner.
Oh, like a video message or something?
So we get to find out what our boy Evan decides to say.
What is how many episodes is the show?
We're not sure. We think it might be eight episodes. There might be 2 more episodes, or maybe 10. I think it's a low number of episodes though.
We're definitely towards the end.
We're in the end game now.
I mean, we're getting pretty long here. Does anyone want to say anything about the challenge? Or
No, I mean, we can probably come back and revisit it. There's an episode that's on tonight that we have not watched yet. Maybe we come back and revisit it next week.
man, they really boned us by moving the challenge to Wednesdays.
Yeah, they did. I know. Tough.
MTV's shit is falling off the rails. Get your shit back on the rails, MTV.
Come on, Tej.
All right. Well, thanks, Emmy. And this is Love Month, if you didn't know. So next week will be another episode. Hopefully not the same fucking kind of show.
Send
When is
us
Love Month over?
send us your love show suggestions.
More love shows.
You can send us those suggestions at whoputthison@gmail.com. You can find us on Twitter at whoputthison. You can find us on facebook.com/whoputthison. And please rate us on iTunes. And we'll see you guys next time.